Hi, beautiful souls. Today I wanted to talk to you about anxiety and how anxiety can overwhelm you. It can feel very life threatening when it's happening. It could be very challenging to get through it. And I wanted to talk to everyone today with respect to a method I call the 5-4-3-2-1 method. And it helps me. In the past when I was getting very anxious, I would do this method and it would calm me down and regulate my nervous system. I have been teaching this to my clients and it's been very successful. So I wanted to bring this to you today to help you through moments in your life where you feel that your body is just out of control. Some of the symptoms people may not know, some of the symptoms of anxiety, at least for me, is a heavy heart, heart palpitations, a quick heart rate, sweating, you start sweating, shallow breathing, that you can't really take a breath, you feel like you can't breathe. And it's very troublesome that and it could be very scary because at the time you might not know what's happening and it's just anxiousness and your body is, what I like to say is your ego or your subconscious is basically telling you that something is not safe for you. It could also mean that you're too much in the future, right? You're too much thinking of what if, those what ifs, right? In a negative way. There's some what ifs that are good, obviously, but the what ifs in anxiousness and anxiety is usually the what ifs are imagining something terrible happening. And more than likely, as we all know, when we pass this anxiety, anxiousness, and possible panic attack, that usually is not the case. That usually everything works out for our greatest good, right? So this is why, I had anxiety growing up. I had anxiety as an adult, and I never really knew that I had anxiety. And then when someone diagnosed me with anxiety, I was like, But I think what happens is that when our nervous system is dysregulated, right, we're always in fight or flight. We're actually having anxiety most of the time. We're always, on our toes and we're always thinking of the bad stuff that's happening and the what ifs and, thinking the worst when all it is just life experiences and experience everything as it is, right? So I will go ahead and talk you through the process, and then after that I talk you through it, I'm going to go ahead and actually show you how I usually do this technique, the 5-4-3-2-1 technique method. So I usually, when you become anxious, you have all those symptoms of, you could be sweating, your heart could be palpitating, your heart could be beating like basically out of your chest, right? And you're shallow breathing and you can't breathe very deeply and you try and you feel like you're suffocating and you feel like all of a sudden there's like a box around you. Well, this could be anxiety and you could have an anxious moment coming upon. So what I do is first, I put my hands to my heart. And this could be an automatic response for you already, because when our heart starts racing and it starts palpitating and actually feels like it's beating out of your chest, right? you naturally just kind of just do that sometimes. And this is your body already telling you and already giving you the answer to what's happening. Because this, for me, is very comforting. It is very soothing. It's basically giving myself some love, right? And so this is what we automatically do when our heart starts hurting and palpitating and beating out of our chest and beating super, super fast, right? We just go, so we're already there, right? That's part of it. And then after that, after I do the heart, holding the heart and focusing on my heart space, right? I say relax. I am safe. I am loved. And just do 3 breathing exercises. 3 breathing, deep breathing as much as you can. Every breath that you take that you actually are aware of, and it's an intention that you want to have a deep breath, will automatically help you flip that switch. Actually flip the switch down and turn it off, right? And to actually calm your system. So I would take 3 deep breaths, and then you're going to use all your senses. And what we're going to say is, what are 5 things that we see right now? What are 4 things that we hear around us? What are 3 things that we smell? What are 2 things that we can feel? And what is 1 thing that we taste? So we use all our 5 senses. And by then, it'll be amazing how you feel at that moment, because you are actually centering yourself and grounding yourself at the same time, and balancing and calming the nervous system and turning off that ego subconscious mind saying, I am safe, I am loved, I am relaxed, I am calm. And you may have to do this. It could, depends. Every panic attack, every anxious moment that we have, any kind of anxiety is different for everyone. And it could be what that experience is happening. It could be a heavy one. It could be just a light one. So if we go through these motions, this technique, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique, more than likely, we may not have to get to 1, right? And so as we practice this, we may be able to just do the 5, the looking around senses, right? And then once we're able to focus, we can train our mind and reprogram our mind to say, I am safe, I am loved. And maybe that might be where you stop the anxiety. The anxiety, anxiousness might stop, right? So just play around with this. When this happens, practice it and see how it feels for you, and see how it helps calm your nervous system, and reprogram your mind to know that when the symptoms do come about of anxiousness and anxiety, that we are no longer not in control of what happens next. We always have a choice. And the choice is, I want to calm down. I don't want to have a full-blown panic attack. And that's what our goal is when we have an anxious moment. We don't want it to go to a panic attack where you may have to go to the emergency room in the hospital, because yes, it could be very scary and your body could go into that mode. But if we take action and do these techniques, we can prevent that from happening. But we need to be mindful about it. And the first part of that is awareness. So if you know that your body is feeling different, right? And that is the first step of stopping the anxiety attack, panic attack coming forth, is awareness. So I'm going to walk through this with you, this exercise, just so you can see what I'm doing and see how this method is working. So as soon as I feel my heart racing, automatic, it goes 2 hands, 1 hand. If you feel awkward doing that in your mind, just focus on your heart space. Relax. I am safe. I am loved. As you breathe in and you exhale, and you do this 3 times. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Perfect. What are 5 things I see? I see a lamp. I see a couch. I see a plant. I see a blanket. I see a candle. What are 4 things I hear? I hear cars outside. I hear the download in my ear that's coming through right now. I hear my stomach growling. That's more of a confirmation. I hear the birds chirping. That's 4. You just take a moment, and when you're ready, you do the 3. Yes, it's already happening. Not that I was anxious, but I just wanted to show you the moments of how to work through this. 3 things you can feel or sense, or it doesn't have to be in order. Just go through your senses, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. Just once, the 5 with looking around the surroundings is the main thing, because you're refocusing what's happening in your brain and what's happening in your subconscious and your ego of not feeling safe. If we focus on 5 different objects around us and we actually say them out loud, or even within ourselves, it's still important, because our ego and our subconscious actually hears that. We don't have to say it out loud, but I think it's powerful if we can say it out loud. And it just keeps us building the strength of our ability to calm ourselves. So the 3, what do we feel? I feel my hands right now. I feel my sweater on my skin. I feel my hair tickling, my neck. And then the 2. And then the 1, what do you taste? Well, I taste my saliva. So salty. And sometimes we might have something liquid in our mouth, and all of a sudden the anxiety happens, right? Well, what do you taste? Well, I taste the tea that I was just having, or whatever. Or if I have food in my mouth, it's the food that you're tasting. It's just trying to redirect your mind, which is they're kind of playing tricks on you, right? The mind is playing tricks on you at the moment, and you are just telling and reverting your thoughts into something that you are aware of and being mindful of, and it should shift everything for you. And if we keep practicing this, it becomes more of a automatic response. And more than likely, I haven't had, knock on wood, but I haven't had an anxiety attack or anxiousness or anything for a very long time. because basically you can reprogram your brain into knowing that if you think I'm not safe, I am safe. And I know I'm loved because I love myself. So if you love yourself, you know you're loved, right? So I'm hoping that this will help you today, and practice, practice, practice. And if we, like I said, once we get really great and we practice so much that eventually we won't need this method anymore, and we can actually teach others. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, comment. Let me know how this is working for you. If you have any questions, I would love to answer some questions. Maybe that might help others who are watching that have anxiety or feel like they're anxious. If there's anything, that's on your mind, share. Other people might want to hear it and help them. This is all about helping each other and being one with everyone and sharing our unconditional love, peace, joy, and gratitude with everyone surrounding us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye for now. Big hugs.